Ladies and gentlemen, from the East Coast to the West Coast and everyone in between, AJ here. I want to welcome you all into our latest episode of Coming Together LLC, where passion and pain meet. Tonight will be our very first live Zoom. It's a one-on-one. And as I mentioned in last week's episode, this one is all about bringing people together and having fun with it. So I trust that we won't disappoint. Couple of housekeeping things I want to do here, a couple of to-dos before I have this fine gentleman sharing the screen with me, included in what we're doing here. A couple of thank yous and a little bit of recognition for the day today. First thank you is going to drag me backwards. For those that had watched our first video, I talked about Pastor Paul Street. I want to go back on him and give him a quick thank you. I'm going to refer you back to the video to get all the fine details about the history of the story, what Coming Together is all about and what the vision is. But in short, Pastor Paul gave some words at a sermon that he was talking at and gave me the idea that made my light bulb go off to create Coming Together, along with the actual namesake where passion and pain meet. That was something that he was preaching during that day. So again, refer back to the other video that you see here on YouTube. It'll explain everything. Secondarily, and I want to apologize ahead of time for this one, she should not have been missed. I want to put a thank you out to Maria De Leon. Maria is a long friend of mine back from New York, where I'm originally from. She was out here in Arizona for a visit for work. We were able to get together for breakfast. And when I talked to her about this concept, she said, don't wait. I wanted to start this kicking off next year. Her words were, well, you may miss somebody or be able to touch someone or help someone along the way between now and January, February. And that would be a ball drop. Why wait? Don't wait, do it now. You'd make the same mistakes probably then that you would make starting this now. So here we are starting this right away. And I want to thank Maria for bringing that about and getting in my ear about that. Last but not least, today being a special day, yes, Veterans Day. You all see my shirt here. I want to just give a quick shout out to all the men and women service members out there, right? That do what they do to protect and serve and give us all the freedoms that we're allowed in this country. You know, this Zoom is one of them, being able to speak openly and freely and do what we do. You guys are our backbone. You are our heroes, and salute and thank you to all of you within our military group. That said, I want to transition us over here now to our friend Corey, who's on screen with us here. You can see Corey's maybe a little busy. He might have some of the little ones over there with him. But Corey and I are old grade school friends. Corey did something called the 100-Day Challenge a few years back that went off without a hitch. It was fantastic, super fun. So I want to hand this over to Corey just to tell us a little bit about yourself, Corey, as an intro, and then what the 100-Day Challenge is all about that we want to reintroduce.
Yeah. I've known you for I don't know, back to the high school days or grammar school days. I don't know.
Yeah.
Great. I think we met, played a little football. What do you?
Yep. We're old enough to do it in decades now when we go back on time, unfortunately.
Yeah. But no, I've just always been like an active person. Kind of got into working out. I kind of got bit with like the bodybuilding bug in high school a little bit. So I kind of got away from organized sports, stayed home, did a lot of like just working out at a gym, did bodybuilding lifestyle. Kind of did that forever. Then as I got older, transitioned to like more CrossFit stuff. Just always been consistent in working out forever. Besides if I had like an injury or something, that would be the only time where I wouldn't train. But I've always done something. And yeah, so a few years back, I decided to start just a challenge. One of my buddies actually gave me an idea where he was working out every day for 100 days straight. And this guy, he wasn't like a big workout person. He was just trying to get in shape. And I was like, wow, that's a great idea, Rob. So I kind of stole that from him and actually decided I just created a Facebook group where I just called it the 100-Day Challenge. And what I did was I started it during a time period where I feel like people usually fall off. Like it's actually right now. Usually the time between like fall and then through New Year's, the holiday season basically is the hardest time I think to work out, stay consistent. So I decided to create this group. I just, threw it on Facebook. I'm like 100-Day Challenge. All you got to do is you got to work out once a day. You have to do something for 20 minutes. I don't care what it is, whatever you like to do. It doesn't have to be my workouts. Just do something for 20 minutes for 100 days straight. And it's going to be during the holiday season. So you're going to be working out Thanksgiving, day after Thanksgiving, Christmas Eve, Christmas, kind of hardcore. I didn't expect everyone to do it, but just to stay on track. I did it for me to stay on track. And I got lucky. A lot of my friends like, hey, this is a great idea. And I got a lot of interest. So at the time, I think the group it was modest, like 350 people total, but we had a lot of people participating, which was great. Just every day I'd make a post. Here's today's date. Here's what I did. I'd love to see your workouts, and people were joining along. So I'd say, we had like over 100 people active the first challenge, which was great. Mainly just people posting their workouts. Every once in a while, someone would throw on a nice sweatshirt and jam some hardcore music like Brian Warsaw, pump out some push-ups, make a nice video to keep us entertained. But that was pretty much it. So yeah, that's the evolution of the 100-day challenge. So I've run a couple since then. They haven't all been as great as the first one, but it's just something that keeps me honest. Something I like to see. I like to participate in it, and it's just something that gets me away from the monogamy of the other stuff, the monotonous stuff that happens on social media. Just for a while, that was like the only thing I would check on Facebook. Just log on, do my group, and that would be it. That'd be it for the day. So I loved it. So,
And I know you touched on like a little bit of like the rules there, right? So you want to throw on, I know that there were some hard rules on there about what can and can't be talked about. You want to let everybody know about that?
I was lucky in that everyone in the group seemed to be on the same page, but just no, first and foremost, no talking politics, because if you want that, that's everywhere else, especially nowadays on social media. So there's zero politics. I maybe saw a couple comments and I would just delete them off, but it wasn't a problem. That was pretty much it. And just be nice. And then one thing that I did stress, it wasn't a rule, I'd say, but one thing I encouraged was if someone made a post, go ahead and just like it. Because you do a workout and you post it and then you get like 10 likes on it. That helps people, especially who haven't been working out, to just be like, oh, wow, people are noticing. This is cool. I want to, I want to get the credit. And, I like the recognition of doing the workout. So that's what I thought was cool about it. Just no
For me,
politics.
you touched on Brian Warsaw, and I threw a few videos on there with music, and like he was my push point to where I saw that, and I was like, damn, that's
Yeah.
really cool. I was like, banging out some
He brought
bench press to Metallica. That was pretty awesome.
he brought it to the next level with his deadlifting to
Yeah.
Metallica, whatever loud, obnoxious music he listens to. The best part is he lives in a condominium, so he's got his neighbors who get to listen to all that too. So
Nice, nice.
absolutely.
Okay, so we got a little bit of like the history, where it came from, how previous challenge went, and where you're looking for it to go. I guess that would be kind of my next thing, like the evolution of things. You said 350 people being modest. I mean, that's a big group. I mean, we're looking for it to kind of shrink down, I guess, with people who can't really stick to it, almost military style. But what's your vision of things for this next round, a few years down the road, and with takeaways from doing it a few times already?
Me, I like it. It's only fun if we get participation. So if I have 350 members and 5 people are doing it, it's not fun. It's cool, but you're not getting, it's not doing what it's supposed to. You're not encouraging others, and you're not getting the encouragement yourself. For me, that's like I said, I selfishly started for me. I'm like, I want something to keep me motivated, and I'm going to do this. The first one, I didn't actually end up working out all 100 days. I think one person that I know of completed it, Jody Agard, or she has a different name now. That was her name. But yeah, she completed it, and that was awesome. And she was pretty proud and posted about it. So for the future, yeah, I'm just looking for participation. I think I'm going to make it a little bit different as far as like posting your workout, because going in and like, if you want to post your workout, that's great, but I'll still have a daily post saying, hey, this is what I did. But I think what I'll do to make it a little bit different is just you have to post a picture of either your workout, a sweaty selfie, just something that symbolizes your workout, maybe a picture of your gym, just something that says you did your workout, that you'll know that you did your workout instead of actually posting the workouts. Because that takes a little bit more time, I think. And then it's could be arduous for people to go through and just like reading all the work and stuff. But if they see pictures, I think it's kind of like it's more fun. you need to be a little bit more creative with it. It's just something to mix it up a little bit differently. I think it'd be, easier to post.
Got you. I know for
Yeah.
me personally, this time around, getting a little older, right? So the workouts are great, but if you slide and doing the hard work, is hard. Doing good is hard. Being consistent is hard. And for
Hmm.
me, it's the eating part where like late at night I'm watching, movies with my family and
Yeah.
all kinds of crap food slipping in my mouth, either, all these cookies and chocolate and cupcakes and whatnot. Is there a dietary piece that we're going to have in there? Or is that going to be on the individual to kind of push that as
Yeah.
well?
I mean, I could put some dietary stuff and say what I do. I mean, for the way I eat and stuff, I've been doing it for so long. Like the cookies and stuff at night for me, that's not a problem. But I will tell you, I think most people know this now. It's not a secret though. To make any progress on your plan and what you're trying to do, 80% of it comes down to diet. Like it's no secret. Everyone, I think most people know that. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's more well known now. I mean, I know especially when I first started working out, like it all started with I was going to the gym and like I was working hard. I was having my 3 hour workouts, and then finally the guys at the gym would always tell me, Corey, but if you want to make changes, you got to actually, got to eat some protein. You got to change your diet. And I just laughed it off. And finally one day I decided to listen. I started making gains like crazy as a 16-year-old kid. I was like, wow, this actually really works. So I just kind of never stopped doing that. But for the dietary piece, yeah, for sure. If people want to go ahead and like post their post workout meal as part of it or something, that's cool. Or if like in the beginning of the challenge, like so I'm gonna make it a little bit different. I'm gonna have people map out their goals ahead of time. Like for me, one of the things that I want to do is I want to cut out the phone an hour before I go to bed because I know it's terrible for you.
Mhm.
So for something I want to work on is like my sleeping habits.
Yeah.
So for me, it's going to be 100 days. You're not going to use your phone for an hour before you go to bed. Who's not sitting in their bed, scrolling through their phone right before bed. That's going to go away for me. That's going to be a big quick piece of it. So we're going to have a couple of a list of things that we can go through and as part of the challenge. But fundamentally, the challenge is about movement and working out. Um, but I do want to add a twist into it for a couple of things. I want people to do something that's hard for them. For me, giving up my phone an hour before bed each time, it's going to be hard. For me, working out all the time, it's not that hard just because I've been doing it for so long. Barring injury, I'm here working out day in or day out. It doesn't matter. So
Getting rid of the junk food for me at night is probably going to be the
yeah,
equivalent of you with your
that's
phone.
going to be your
Yeah.
hard thing. Then get rid of it. Say for 100 days, I'm not going to do this. Then after 10 days, you're going to do it, and it's going to be habit. It's not going to be hard anymore. You're going to move on to the next thing. Ideally.
So for people to get involved, I know that this was a private group last time. We had a lot of like known people, friends of friends. It was pretty tight knit for the most part.
Yeah.
If this were to extend outward to people who are sharing this video, and then maybe to the third degree of sharing this video, and it gets out to people that we just don't know at all. Link on the Facebook page, and then that will go through your approval.
Yeah, yeah. I'm the admin, so I approve. I get the requests. So it's a friend. I usually what was happening last time is sometimes people would invite people like friends. Like I did meet some of my friends were inviting their friends, so I didn't know them, so I'd approve them, and then but I think I would see who that they got requested through, or I'd make sure they are friends with someone as part of the group. So yeah, it's going to go through me because I don't want spammers. I don't want people in. I don't want voyeurs looking, in our private group. I want to keep it, and then if people start joining but they're not participating, I got to find a way of filtering them out too. So you join, I expect participation. So, or I know you're
Well,
not there for the
we're
for the
trying to get better and prove
yeah.
ourselves physically. Let's get to it. No slackers, right?
Yeah, I don't, and then like I said, and part of this too is like I don't want people to think that if it's a 100-day challenge or 90 days whatever we're gonna do. If you miss a week or if you miss a couple of days, I don't want you to be like, no, that's it, I'm done. It's gonna be how many can you get in that time period. Because I find that with working out, this is especially true. People always want to find the perfect time to start, or they go and they do good for a couple of weeks and then they'll have like a rough patch where they miss 3 days. Like, oh, that's it. I can't go for the rest of the week. I'll just start again on Monday. I don't think it should be like that. It should just be like however many I can get in during this time period. So if you slip up, you don't make it to the gym Monday through Wednesday. that's fine. You still got 4 days to go. You can still get in 4 days. You can still work out over half that week. Um, so yeah,
A little
I
bit
don't
of a
want you to
helpful hand for life happening, basically for
yeah,
people, right?
perfect time
Yeah.
starting. That's why I started it going back to when I started it. I think I might have started it like the day after Halloween or I did something. I just started on a whim. I'm like, I want to start during the toughest time to work out, which is for me the holiday season. I think for everybody. But if you look at it, October, November, December, that's a third of the year you still got there, or a quarter of the year. So if that's 9 days you're wasting, or 100 days that you're wasting that you could have been improving yourself. So it's like, you know, don't wait. There's never a perfect time to start. And we have a supportive group that's here for you. And yeah, it's just fun. Like I said, the more participation you get, the more fun it is.
Awesome, my friend. I'm looking forward to it. And
Yeah,
to wrap things up, I think this was the last bullet point we had here. Starting point, you and I discussed January 5th, which will be the first Monday of 2026. Is
absolutely.
that solid?
Yeah, that's looking good for me. I'm going to be working out the whole time up until that point.
Right.
But yeah, I do have a vacation coming up. I'm looking forward to, so I probably won't be working out then. But I plan on working out through all the holidays. But yeah, I'm gonna between now and then I'm gonna come up with a little bit more of a blueprint for how I'm thinking this challenge should go, and I'll put something out like maybe a month in advance or a couple weeks in advance to kind of just give people a heads up.
Perfect. And if it's good by you, we could do one more Zoom a little bit right before, maybe week of leading in. Give everybody a quick update on where we're at, how the growth went. So between now and the 5th of January, we have spot time people. So I know for me personally, like Corey just noted, I'm going to try to get myself back on the horse. I have not been doing workouts the way that I need to. I probably look to some of you a little shrunken. I'm usually a little thicker than this. Not ready to put my arms on camera like Corey right now, but I'll get back there. But is there
That's
anything you want to say to the people?
small.
Any advice between now? To say that again?
So this is a boy's size small shirt, so it just looks.
Yeah, mine is a large. So yeah, I'm swimming. Anything you want to give to people between now and start date for any kind of to-dos, motivational piece, like anything that they should be doing to maybe try to get on track or preemptively
Well,
joining, looking for you on that Facebook link, which I will put in our comment section for everybody as well.
yeah, don't definitely look for that Facebook link, but don't wait until the 5th of January to start. Hey, you see this and you get motivated to start now, But just then maybe use the January 5th as to add something in, So
Right.
just start planning ahead, start working. So start on something now. Doesn't matter. It's going to be the hardest time, but yeah, I don't really have much to say besides that. Just start anytime, man. You don't have to wait till the challenges start, but when the challenge starts, join in and have fun with us.
Perfect. All right, my friend.
All right.
I'm gonna get ready to close this out. I want to give you a special thank you for coming on and doing this with us, and really for doing this again. I know that we did this a few years back, so it's been a little bit of a lull, almost for
Yeah,
somebody like myself going into a pocket where like I'm on my own. I'm on my own doing my workouts, and this was really fun. It was a huge motivator. The support group is awesome. So thank you to you for being open to running this again. I appreciate you, brother.
all right. Anytime. Look forward to meeting new people and a new challenge. It's gonna be great.
Awesome. All right, folks. A couple of things you remember from the first video. If you did not see the first video and this is your first, I would reference you back to the first one. It'll give you all tidbits on myself, Coming Together LLC, the conception, the format of what we're looking to do, and vision going forward. A couple of things that I do kind of closing us out. First off, is coming together is self-explanatory. This is about bringing people together so that we can help uplift each other about doing all good things. How does this video in particular help do that? Again, I think this is self-explanatory. It's about people of like minds, like goals, probably of a like setting where they have a lot of drive in for themselves, looking to just individually better themselves physically, mentally, so on and so forth through workout. The group is going to be supportive of each other in doing that. That is how we're coming together, moving towards individual goals with an overall support group. Secondarily, I always close this out with just a quick saying that I always have here, which I will give to you now. And that is stay safe and stay healthy, my brothers and sisters. Love you guys. And I look to do this probably every couple of weeks, closing out the year. So look for our next video with a new topic. In the next couple of weeks, that'll be in another Tuesday. Thank you all for watching. Corey, thanks again. Veterans, happy Veterans Day and salute.